Welcome to Language and Learning by Jeff Buck. This is TOEIC Reading 1, Unit 3, and today we're talking about agreement. Let's start with some words and expressions. You can listen and repeat if you want to. And anytime you need to, you can stop the video to do any research or thinking or work that you need to do. Okay. Merger. Prospects. Speed limit. Wing. Account for. Fine. Go on sale. Guarantee. Dr. Kramer was given a ticket by the police officer for exceeding the speed limit. He was going too fast. Number 2, all of our products come with a guarantee. We will take care of any basic repairs for up to 1 year after purchase. Number 3, because of the blank of Burger Queen and McFry's, hundreds of employees across the nation lost their jobs. Merger, coming together, union. Number 4, because Miss Osborne could not blank for all of her travel expenses, the company would not reimburse her for those other items. Account for. Number 5, Mr. Lincoln claims the blank for sales increases this year are quite promising. Prospects. Whoops. Number 6, there will be a blank of $100 for any employee who parks in the disabled or management only spots. A fine. All right, and we have 2 left, wing and go on sale. Number 7, furniture at Buckley Office Supplies will blank at the end of the month, so wait until then to purchase a new chair if you want to save some money. Number 8, Morgan Hospital has received enough funding to build a new children's blank next year. Okay, so if you don't know what a word or a phrase means, if you don't understand the context, if you can't find synonyms in a sentence, in the sentence or sentences that you're looking at, something else you can do is look at the part of speech that you need in the sentence and the part of speech for each answer choice that's left. So wing. Normally wing is a noun. Okay. And go on sale, that's a verb. So number 7, will blank. So will, in this context, is part of a verb, all right? It's a modal. or it's the future indicator, rather. And number 8, you have a new children's blank, a something, that's a noun. Okay, so will go on sale, and a new children's wing, that's a new part of a building, an extension, not a building. Okay, all right. So let's dig into the grammar now. Agreement. Subject-verb agreement. So we're going to be talking about modifiers. So the word modify means to change. So modifiers are words or phrases that describe nouns, that change nouns. Here are some basic sentences. I eat, you eat, he eats, she eats, it eats. You just have a subject and a verb in each sentence with no modifiers. All right. You can't modify pronouns anyways. You need regular nouns, but that's just showing you basic subject-verb agreement. So in the simple present, for all the forms except for the third person singular, there's no s added or es added. I eat, you eat, we eat, etc. But for he, she, and it, you need s or es. He eats, she watches, etc. All right. Now let's look at some sentences with some modifiers. So we have a man. What does a man look like? He's tall. The tall man eats eggs for breakfast every day. We have a car. What kind of car? A red car. The red car uses diesel. All right. We could add more modifiers. Eggs. What kind? Scrambled eggs or fried eggs. Or we could say the tall fat man or the tall old man. But hopefully you can see that tall modifies, describes, changes man, as does red for car. But no matter what modifiers you put in front of a noun or how many, the noun still is the word that determines the form of the verb. So man eats. Doesn't matter what adjectives you have before man, it's always going to be eats. So that's just a simple look at what we're talking about. Now let's look at some more complicated examples. Okay. Modifiers do not change the verb form. The verb agrees with the noun, not the adjective or phrase. So the teacher, okay, if we don't look at this modifying phrase, we would say the teacher, he or she, wants, right? He wants, she wants to turn on the heat in the classroom. But we can stick a modifying phrase, an adjective phrase in between the subject and the verb, in addition to a student's. So the noun that's closest to the verb is students. So students, they want, but that's not the agreement. Okay, that's not where the agreement takes place or what determines the verb form. It's still teacher. He wants, she wants. All right, let's do some examples. Let's do some exercises. Fill in the blanks with the correct verb forms. So we have be. The book, along with some papers. So is it papers are or book is? Book is on your desk. Number 10. The baseball coach, who is one of the players' fathers, blank, drive the players home after each practice. So is it coach? He drives or fathers drive? It's coach. He or she drives. Number 11, our red car, which is one of our 5 vehicles, needs to be repaired. So car needs, vehicles need. It needs, they need. So the verb form needs to agree with car, which is an it, so needs. Okay. Whoops. Now, see if you can correct the errors. Mary, along with her children, are going to see the doctor. Children are, but that's not the subject. Mary is. So Mary is. And here's the verb borrow. My neighbor, who is also one of my close friends, often borrows. So neighbor, he or she borrows, not friends borrow. Friends is not the subject. 14, the book, this book, which is the second of a set of 5 books, have or has a lot of interesting ideas. So books have, but books is not the subject. Book is. Book has. All right, moving on. Let's talk about expressions of time, distance, price, measurements, and weight. So if we're talking about distance, we're asking how far. Price, how much. Measurements, so height, how tall. Weight, how much or how heavy. Length, how long. Okay. Expressions of time, distance, price, and weight take the it form. It is, it needs, it has. Each measurement is considered to be a single unit, which is why it takes a single verb form. So, for example, you can think of a family or a book or a library as a unit. We're not talking about those things, but just to give you some simple examples. So if you have a family with 5 people, mother, father, and children, they're 5 people, but together they make a family. It's that kind of idea. Just like if you have, this is Mexican money, 20 pesos, right? There are 5, 10, 15, 20 pesos, but it's one bill or one amount of money. Even if you had 21 peso coins together, it would still be one amount. All right. So another example, 8 hours is a long time to walk. So we have 8 hours. So they're not individual hours, they're together as one unit of time. We could also express it by saying that, meaning 8 hours is a long time to walk. So you can see on this timeline, it's not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. It's the time from 2 to 10 as one unit that we're talking about. So 2 kilometers is too far to sprint. So kilometers, that's plural, but it's a single unit, so is. And again, we can replace 2 kilometers with it. It is too far to sprint. $100 or 100 pesos, doesn't matter if we have a 100 bill, 100 peso bill, or 250s, or if we get 520s. It doesn't matter how you come up with it, it's still 100 pesos. And we're not talking about the individual pesos, we're talking about the amount of money as a unit. $100 is too expensive for a hat. 10 kilograms is a lot of weight. All right. So again, it's the singular form, it's the it form. So we don't even need to read the sentence. BBB is. We don't need to read the sentences. But 30 minutes is how long you have to cook the meat. 10 meters is too far to jump. 100 is how much you paid for that dress yesterday. Okay, again, it's the it form, singular. All right, so you can find the verbs here, are, were, and just change them to the singular forms. You don't even need to read the sentences, but we will. 20 liters of soda, 20 liters is more than enough for the birthday party. 5 days is how long we will be gone. 2 bowls of rice was too much for me to eat. Okay. I know I'm going fast, but if you have questions, put them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. Okay, let's look at fractions. The grammar here is a little bit different. So fractions and percentages, so 1/2, 1/3, 25%, etc. They do not determine the verb form. The noun in the of phrase does. Okay, so we have 1/4 of the employees. So we have an of phrase, of the employees. The noun is employees. The verb is have. It agrees with employees, not with 1/4. All right. If we change the noun, 1/4 of the office, then the verb changes to has. Employees have, office has. Fill in the blanks with the correct verb forms. So we don't even need to look at the fractions or percentages. Just look at the noun before the verb. Voters, they have. 75% of the voters have. Food has. 75% of the food has already been eaten. Students are. 1/3 of the students are not here yet. And now let's correct the sentences. So again, we don't need to look at the fractions or percentages. Just look at the noun next to the verb. Money are, no, money is. 2/3 of the money is gone. Workers is, no, workers are. 2/3 of the workers are sick. Questions is, no, questions are. Half of the questions are too difficult. All right. Moving on, either A or B, neither A nor B. So with that form, so either John or Mary, neither John nor Mary, the verb agrees with the noun next to it, which would be B. So either A or B plus a verb, and the verb will agree with B, and the same with neither. All right. So either Mr. Lim or his team members. So we have Mr. Lim, he, his team members, they. So it's they are. If we reverse it, either the team members or Mr. Lim, he, that's the noun that's closer to the verb. All right, next to the verb. So he is, Mr. Lim is. Neither the cats nor the dog wants a bath. Dog, it, he or she wants a bath. Neither the dog nor the cats want. Cats, they want. All right. So fill in the blanks with the correct verb forms. So all you really need to do is look at the noun before the verb. Doesn't matter what comes before that noun. Cats, they want. Neither the dog nor the cats want a bath. Sisters, they know. Either my mother or my sisters know what happened. Here we have mother next to the verb mother, she knows. Either my sisters or my mother knows what happened. Now correct the error in each sentence. So find the verb, look at the noun right before it, and make the correction. So is, passengers, passengers are. Whoops. Neither the taxi driver nor the passengers are wearing their seatbelt. Driver are. Driver is, he or she is. Neither the passengers nor the taxi driver is wearing their seatbelt. And is, parents are. Either my girlfriend or her parents are going to pick me up at the airport. All right. Noun agreement. Determiner, noun agreement, adjective noun agreement. So adjectives, black, expensive, new, feminine, beautiful, expensive, I said expensive, cheap, hot, whatever. Determiners, this, that, and these. So modifiers must agree with the nouns they describe. Use a singular modifier with a singular noun. Use a plural modifier with a plural noun. So singular examples, this, that, every, another, each. Plural, these, those, all, other, most. So for example, this book is mine. Book is singular, so this or that. Those books are yours. Books is plural, so those or these. Every room is singular. Room is singular, so every or each. All the rooms are ready. Rooms is plural, so all the rooms or most of the rooms, etc. All right, so choose the correct modifier. Cat. That cat looks hungry. Women, plural. All the women were wearing sweaters. Woman, every woman was wearing a sweater, so singular. All right. Now, error correction. I think I need some other books. So the simplest way to correct this is just to change this to some other books. You could say, I think I need another book, singular, but some other books also works. Most animals in the zoo is fed, but we have is, so that's singular, so we can't change it to animals. So we need to say each or every animal in the zoo is fed 3 times a day. Shoes are, that's plural, so these shoes are dirty. All right. So we have one more grammar section and then another vocabulary section. So we're almost done. All right, noun pronoun agreement. So pronouns, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Object pronouns, me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. Pronouns must agree with the noun they describe or refer to. For example, the nurses told Mrs. Kim to take better care of herself. So the pronoun we want here refers to Mrs. Kim. She, not nurses, they. So it's herself. The pages of the book were written on. Someone made notes on them, meaning pages, plural, so it needs to be them. All right. So singular, singular, plural, plural, male, male, female, female, etc. All right, so choose the correct pronoun. The players, it or they, on the soccer team are very hardworking. They practice every day for 3 hours. Players, they. The little boy dressed, so boy, singular, masculine, himself, before school each morning. Now we have the little boys, so we have themselves. Okay. And now error correction. The doctors were satisfied with her surgery. So we have doctors were, so it's plural. So it should be there. I mean, you could say the doctor was satisfied with her surgery. That works too. Max and Martha made. So Max and Martha, that's they. Their presentation yesterday afternoon. And Martha was concerned about their presentation. Well, technically, if we had more context, we could say their presentation, meaning Max and Martha's, but we don't have that context. We just have the sentence that we're given. So Martha is a woman. So it's her presentation. Okay. And finally, synonyms and antonyms. So what does synonym mean and what does antonym mean? One of them is a word that is the same or similar to another word. And one of them is a word that's the opposite of another word. So synonym means the same or similar, like synchronized swimming, right? And antonym let's add some articles. A synonym and antonym is a word that is the opposite of another word. So we have to repair, to buy, to go, etc. Think of a synonym and an antonym for each one. So to repair, we can say to fix. That's the same thing. The opposite is to break, to destroy. All right. What's a synonym for to buy? To purchase. An antonym, to sell. How about to go? To leave, to depart. An antonym, to come. An employed, a worker. An antonym, an employer, boss. Fat, a synonym, overweight, heavy. An antonym, thin, slim, skinny. Okay. '52 and '53, they're spelled the same but pronounced differently. So the adjective is close, close by, near, and far. And the verb is close, shut. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. The opposite is open. Okay, and slowly, lazily, leisurely, casually, etc. And quickly. Finally, dangerous. We can say perilous, unsafe, and the opposite is safe. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.